put it on the screen like that.
Yes, yes.
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Madhava Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Guru Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. Nittai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtapraishu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nishtiki. Hare Krishna. Warm welcome everyone in the study of Srimad Bhagavatam and specifically in the study of the character of Dhruva Maharaj. The personality and character of Dhruva Maharaj. So we'll continue our journey. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 8 onwards. Today we will be seeing from text 64. So this Dhruva Charitrana, this character or personality of Dhruva Maharaj. With this character just comes this thing. Devotees share this, and there's reality also in it. One can check the reality. See, things may appear a bit funny, not funny, okay, it may make us laugh, but the most important thing is it real? Is there some truth in it? Is there some reality in it? And am I caught up in that reality? What is my equation in that reality? So devotees say, what do they share? What? Earlier thing was, like, as they said back in the day, what? That if used to say, no, if wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. If wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. But if character is lost, then everything is lost. If character is lost, then everything is lost. So this is a saying in the past, maybe don't know in today's contemporary society how much appropriate does it fit in, or how pertinent this is. Why wealth is not lost, nothing is lost? Wealth can be regained. Na? We see many people, they lose their wealth and they regain the wealth, they earn again same amount or even bigger money. Health is lost, then yes, something is lost. Health is lost, then it is not good. Health is most important, na? Body for sadhana and for day-to-day life generally, anyone practicing Krishna consciousness or not practicing Krishna consciousness. So we all understand the importance of good health, even an atheist or a theist. So health is lost, then yes, something is lost. Now, if character is lost, for a pious, moral, gentle, Brahminical society, it is based on character. Na? So if character is lost, then everything is lost. But in today's society, in today's world, I'm not sure how much does it fit in. Rather, in today's world, it may come about more what? Well, if character is lost, nothing is lost. Character is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost, okay? But if wealth is lost, it's like everything is lost. I'm ruined. I'm completely devastated or ruined. That is for today's, maybe in today's equation. And yes, Shastras also say in many places, life is equated to wealth, life is equated to wealth, house, property, and life is equated to health also. Many different. definitions or understanding of lifestyle. So here we are trying to understand the sublime character of Dhruva. What a gentle being, what a honest soul. See, he had the choice to either revolt or something or cry. No, he did not cry, he did not revolt. He just soaked in the atmosphere. He just soaked in the atmosphere. He tried to be likewise we should be doing. We should be trying to assess the situation, assess the atmosphere, soak things in and be as real as we can, as calm and patient as we can, as matured as we can. He did not speak, but he gathered the realization and experience of what his stepmother is saying and what his mother is saying, and they both coincide. And then furthermore, he went to the woods, he went to the forest, 5-year-old boy. Such a determination, such a courage. He meant it really. So it is correct when motivational speakers, you have to be in it to win it. It is true. But the catch again is, I doubt if a motivational speaker will ever say that you are not this body or a spirit soul to begin with. They will speak everything on these lines that have satisfaction, be satisfied, content, and everything, and work hard, enthused, confidence, and all. But ultimately, they will give a purpose as well, perhaps, that your purpose of this, make this business or family the purpose of your life and all, or contribution to society in this way or that way. But they will never make Krishna the purpose of our life because the foundation is not soul oriented, the foundation is matter body oriented. So in here, Dhruva Maharaj, he took in the advice of his stepmother and of his mother, and by Krishna's arrangement, divine arrangement came about, that Narad Muni came about, and then Dhruva Maharaj, he also took initiation instruction from Narad Muni, Srila Narad Muni, and now we see from text 64 onwards. Shinaraduvaच Rajan kim dhyayase Rajan kim dhyayase dirgam mukhena paritusyata kim vana rishyete kamo dharmo varthena samyuta. The great sage Narada inquired, My dear king, your face appears to be withering up and you look like you have been thinking of something for a very long time. Why is that? Have you been hampered in following your path of religious rites, economic development, and sense gratification? So this is Narad Muni, Srila Narad Muni, who first instructed Dhruva Maharaj and sent him off to Madhuvan, to the forest, to meditate, to chant, to practice Krishna consciousness, to purify, to begin with his mind and senses, to control his mind and senses, and create a proper Krishna conscious environment. And then Narad Muni went to see his father, the king. So I think now maybe we can check on that question, right? Like if Dhruva Maharaj appears in our dream, what advice should we give it to him? What advice should we give? He has taken advice from his stepmother, from his mother, and from Narad Muni, and he went to the forest. Na? And very soon we will see the character of Dhruva Maharaj altogether. What he what he got up to. So our advice to Dhruva Maharaj, I feel, or again it is not to Dhruva Maharaj, but our advice to ourselves and whosoever comes in our contact shouldn't be any different than the advice given by Suniti and Suruchi and Narada. It shouldn't be any different. It should be the same. Although this pastime, I believe, happened in Satyuga, in the golden age, uh, wherein lifespan was way much longer, there was more purity, and the method of worship, recommended method of worship in that age was more of meditation, more of dhyan, or lots of austerity and meditation. And of course, chanting and mantra meditation as Dhruva Maharaja chanted, na, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Is that? Yeah. So, in this day and age, the same advice we can give. We should give the same advice. Why? Chant the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So our response shouldn't be any different. And to begin with ourselves, advice like to begin with ourselves. Who are we to give someone an advice? We genuinely pray. We genuinely desire, hanker, pray that this whole life becomes like an instrument. The hands become like an instrument in the will of Krishna. The heart becomes an instrument in the will of Krishna. The tongue becomes an instrument in the will of Krishna. Our entire chittavritti, our entire consciousness focus should be all to please the divine couple, to please Guru and Guru. So our advice shouldn't be any different. Shouldn't be any different. Although in here Dhruva Maharaj went to Madhuban, we need not tell someone go to Madhuban. But what we need not tell someone go to Yamuna. Someone living in Europe, it could be a distance to cover. Okay. But we can tell someone what? Go to Lesme, go to Karuna Bhavan, temple in Scotland. That advice can be given. You know? Or if someone is closer to Wales, go to Cardiff. Or someone is closer to Manchester, Newcastle, Birmingham. Yeah, we can point the direction. London, of course, and others. Like that. Our advice shouldn't be any different. Principally, it shouldn't be any different advice. In terms of application or in terms of the mode and the practice, yeah, chant Hare Krishna, chant on beats, study Srimad Bhagavatam, offer food to Krishna, take Krishna Prasad, and most importantly, associate with devotees, spend time with devotees. That should be our advice. Mahaprabhu and throughout Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, this is the instruction, Jare Dekho Tare Ko Krishna Upadesh. So whosoever we meet, whosoever comes in contact with us, we come in contact with, somehow or other, we have to pass on that Krishna consciousness. And when we pass on, we'll ourselves experience lots and lots of Krishna consciousness. See, everyone in this world is carrying some sort of ideology, isn't it? Everyone is promoting or propagating for someone. Everyone is pushing forward an agenda. Someone could be pushing forward vegan agenda. Someone could be pushing forward climate change agenda. Someone could be pushing forward no racism agenda. So much, na? Everyone. And someone could be pushing for maybe minimalistic atheism or general, but everyone is pushing for. Now, who all are there who are championing for the cause of Krishna? Of course, Krishna does not need as such anyone's help. No, he did not need Arjuna's help or anyone's help to put forward whatever he desires. He doesn't need anyone's help. But still, it is his kindness that he uses us as an instrument to fulfill his desires. And his desire is what? To be in a loving relationship with us. So who is fighting the cause, who is championing the cause of Krishna? Devotees only. That should be the prerogative of devotees only. Complete prerogative. And if we do not do it, who else will do? And you see, the world, there are lots of others champions promoting different agendas. There are very few who are promoting this Krishna conscious agenda. Krishna consciousness is a minority and is going to stay a minority. In the sense, how many are there in this world? 8.5 billion close to population, again we say, na? How many are there who are following 4 regulative principles in this world? No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit relationships, no, what is the other one?
Intoxication.
No intoxication. No intoxication, including no tea and coffee, caffeine-oriented tea and coffee. No gambling, meaning no stock marketing or no betting. Now, just on gambling, I wonder there's some advertising companies and all that 365.com or something, some betting companies and all. And they come and advertisement, and normally they speak so fast, all this. And what? Gamble responsibly. Now I wonder, how can one gamble responsibly? No, no, gambling cannot be done responsibly. How can it is such an addiction, it is such a intoxication. One knows I've become bankrupt, I've become homeless. There are many who have become homeless gambling. No? Yet the drug, the sensation, they would still want to gamble. Whatever money they have, they will again continue gambling. So I doubt if someone can gamble responsibly. Well, one or two might little bit here and there, property gambling, this gambling and all, and somehow they may be pulled out or they may pull, but the world at large, no. So these now, how many would we be finding who are into no intoxication, who are into gambling? Now someone is into no intoxication in society, he is mocked. You know? His friends ridicule him, make fun of him and all. Family members make fun of him in social events, weddings, or office parties. If someone is not into any intoxication, he's a bit made fun of. So no intoxication, no gambling, and then what? No meat eating, including fish, eggs, and onion, garlic, and no illicit relationships. Subtle gross level, all of this. So there are very few who are practicing this. So Krishna consciousness is rarity. It is a rare. It is very rare to be able to get. And on top of this, chanting Hare Krishna. On top of this, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, studying Srimad Bhagavatam. On top of this, associating with devotees, going in pilgrimages, doing services and all. Actually, this following these four regulatives, these are four are the broad, and there are a bit more also, but these four are the four pillars. And this following these four doesn't make anyone a saint. There are some animals now who don't eat meat. Then there are many animals who don't gamble. Or there are some animals who are not into, say, illicit relationships, or they're very, as they say, no, they have their mating season. They follow their very much instincts, or they follow that mating season. And there's no intoxication and all that. So that doesn't make anyone as such a saint. One becomes saintly when one associates with devotees. In the association with devotees, when one practices Krishna consciousness. And practicing Krishna consciousness means what? Glorifying Krishna, thinking of Krishna, chanting Krishna's holy names, glorifying devotees, being in a loving relationship with Krishna and his devotees. Then coming to one's spiritual identity. So this thing, it is a rare. There are few souls only who are championing the cause of Krishna. And why not you and me become one of those few souls? And lead this higher life altogether. Life of integrity. The life of a devotee is a life of simplicity. It is a life of purity. It is a life of integrity. It is a life of morality. It is a life of honesty. There are very few. So why do we not, you and me why do we not dare to be this rare? Everyone likes being unique, no? And everyone likes to take daring. And take this dare. As we were discussing yesterday, na, Srila Rupa Goswami, he was saying, na, Vacho Vegam, Mansa Krodha Vegam. So one who can tolerate the urges of the demands of tongue, mind, senses, anger, tongue, belly, genitals. He's a powerful person. He is a powerful person who has self-control, not the one who loses control. In society, what happens? Under the influence of intoxication or something, to show manly, we may show that how rude can I speak, how loud can I speak, how much can I shout, how swearing words can I use, how can I beat someone, how can I bash someone, how can I cheat someone, all this is yes. Or even if many religious people, They would try to use religion as sense gratification, feed their egoistic agenda. But if someone is really powerful, Prabhupada says this beautiful quote, what? That don't remember exact words, but something on those lines, right? That yeah, self-control or intelligence or strength is measured by one's ability to control or tolerate provoking situations. When we are put in provoking situations, how much self-control do we show? That is power. Here, Dhruva Maharaj was put in provoking situation in a manner, but he didn't get provoked. And now we will see what it is doing. So, our advice to ourselves shouldn't be any less than what advice Dhruva Maharaj received. And if we at all happen to give an advice to someone, we should always put ourselves in a instrumental consciousness, not that I am a doer. The moment I think I'm the doer or I'm the teacher, I would push myself maybe millions of miles away from Krishna. Okay, I'll ask a question and then we'll start. Maybe let us think. Who Krishna has some agenda, some job to do, right? We understand this. Krishna wants to set the society in a Krishna conscious manner. So who can Krishna use? Who can Krishna use to fulfill his agenda? Someone who is qualified or someone who is unqualified? Okay. Who can Krishna pick up use to fulfill his desire? Someone who is qualified or someone who is unqualified? वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपा बुद्धिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत् कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So with this invoking the same desire or invoking within ourselves the same advice what Dhruva Maharaj received, we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, again specifically 4th canto. If there are any questions or comments, then please don't hesitate to say it, and I need not wait as such. So, who could Krishna use someone? Krishna has some agenda to fulfill. Can he use a qualified person or will he use an unqualified person? In societal sense, we always want to use someone who is qualified, one who is qualified for the job. We always want to use that person. But in Krishna consciousness, if someone is qualified, meaning if someone thinks I know or I already know, Krishna can never use that person. Krishna can never use. Who is stuck up in this qualification thing that I qualify, I'm qualified, I'm knowledgeable, I know, or I can do it. Yes, I can do it. Is it right? No. In Krishna consciousness, we have to become certified unqualified. We have to become a certified unqualified. This certification we have to prove to Mahaprabhu that I am unqualified. Only then mercy will come about. In societal sense, we want to be certified qualified, and of course working, studying, doing job and all, working and societal dealings and all, we shouldn't be going in society and telling this. Imagine if I go for a job interview and tell this, what is your aspiration? Well, I desire to be certified unqualified. That might really interviewers may not appreciate that, they cannot understand this. So for them, when we are dealing with the world, yes, I'm qualified. We are certified qualified. Krishna consciousness is not like it is certainly not escapism. You know what escapism means? There's a term used, escapism, in India and in Western world as well, right? That term, generally it is like an allegation towards spiritual practitioners, even now. So much of misconceptions in society. So what allegations? Oh, that this Hare Krishna or spiritual practitioners, they've taken an easy way out. They're escaping from the realities of life. They're not slogging. They're not perspiring. They're not they're not burning as we are burning in the heat of material existence. They've taken an easy way out. What have they got to do? Wake up 3 in the morning. Okay, I can also wake up 3 in the morning and chant Hare Krishna. Then what? Take breakfast and not read a bit and go to bed. Many things like this. That this you don't know. And what the some people who actually think that these them Hare Krishna, they wake up maybe 3:30 and do what? Okay, Mangal Aarti, singing, dancing, and do some japa, some Bhagavatam class, and then they take good prasadam, full prasadam, and after prasadam, rest. And if you see in their ashrams, you will find television, everything. They're not contributing in society. Many people deem this say what? Oh, Hare Krishna, the spiritual practitioners, they are escaping from the reality of life. But what reality? Baba, a devotee is taking the reality of life head on. Reality of life is what? Birth, death, old age, disease. That a devotee is taking head on. Who, again, on speaking on courageous or strength person, who is that person who is aiming towards liberation? That must be a courageous person, na? Who is aiming towards liberation, who is aiming to cut off this wheel of material existence, samsara altogether. He is the real ambitious or this courageous person. And here Dhruva Maharaj, such a courage, such an ambition. Na? Think big. Again, motivational speakers say that think big. Don't think small. Think big. Broaden your horizon. Broaden your outlook. What squeeze the world into a small? Don't become small and all. Think big. And if you think big, at least you will end up somewhere. Oh, okay. Like Prabhupada also say, na? When you chase someone, chase the rhino. So in many places and people and Prabhupada also say this what? Chase a rhino. What will happen? Also, of course, Krishna consciousness is holistic lifestyle. We don't kill animals, we don't chase rhino. But some people actually take it literal. Some people, when you give some examples and all, chase rhino. So some people say, oh, these Hare Krishnas, they chase animals, they say chase rhinos, and they themselves says chase rhino and maybe sell the horn. But no, this is a metaphor to help us understand what chase rhino meaning go for the big kill, the big fish, something like this, you know. Go for the big thing, go for rhino. Now suppose if someone catches the rhino, wow, all glory. So look at him, look at her, look about catch the rhino, the village, the town, the city, wow. And if someone couldn't manage to catch the rhino, still, oh well, at least I went for the rhino. What did you do? At least I showed that courage. Again, very interesting thing. This was in India, yes. So this apparently came in newspaper in India in 70s. So Prabhupada must have been maybe Vrindavan, Mayapur or somewhere in India. And some Indian gentleman, some kind Indian gentleman or group maybe, they came to see Prabhupada and having some conversation. And they were telling Prabhupada, Swamiji, it came in the newspaper that your Hare Krishnas, your boys, girls, and all, they were kicked out of Japan or they were asked to leave the country, Japan, because they did not have proper visa, they did not come up with proper visa, and your teaching and all, it was not appreciated in Japan, so they asked to leave. So that person, I feel he had some, he was a bit of taunt or speaking with a with a not a gentle tone, certainly not a gentle tone towards the sadhu. So you know what Prabhupada replied? Prabhupada replied this. Well, at least they entered Japan, or at least they got kicked out of Japan. What did you do? Many people in life now, in what they are, uh, many expressions, what? Couch potatoes. They'll sit in the homes and just Netflix, YouTube, news, or on the phone, and they will have one knowledge. They won't do anything for themselves. Or in English, there is this expression, thumb twiddler, or twiddling the thumb. Heard of it? Twiddling the thumb. We just twiddle the thumb or something, meaning one must do something, one must do something. Just sitting idle won't help. Dhruva Maharaj, he did not. He went off his way. He left the home. And someone to achieve something, he has to leave the home. Leave the home, maybe physically or may not be physically. I think at least he has to develop a sense of detachment for sure. So coming back, chase the rhino, go for the big thing. This Dhruva Maharaj, at least he went for such a big ambition. No? Who is so ambitious? Now, if Dhruva, through his practice, sadhana and blessing, if he is not able to attract the grace of Krishna, no problem. But at least he went, no? He went. And what if he achieves it? What if he gets a kingdom higher than his father, grandfather, and Lord Brahma? Wow. So dare to be rare in Krishna consciousness. At least those devotees, all glories to them who went to Japan, who printed books there, went in the streets in Japan doing Harinam, distributing books. Later on, they might have been caught by police, they might have been put behind the bars, they might have been asked to leave the country, deported, and all whatnot. But at least they went, na? What did the others do? When Prabhupada was in India in the initial days of the Krishna consciousness, it is Indians who were not coming forward or were not supporting him. What a thing, na? Who would expect? Uh, but nonetheless, Mahaprabhu's mission is going to unstoppable. Na? No one can check the movement of Mahaprabhu. If at all someone wants to cooperate, great, great. But anyways, if Mahaprabhu's desire, whatever is planned, it is going to happen. It is going to happen. What is that saying? Na? Not a grass of blade moves without the will of the Lord, right? Or not a blade of grass moves without the will of the Lord. So whatever the Lord's desire is going to happen, sure. So who will Krishna use? Someone who is unqualified. That doesn't mean that we act sloppy. We do sloppy and say, "Oh, look, Prabhuji, I'm unqualified." Actually, no. We have to do everything very pakka, very proper, very neat and clean. But give up this mentality of being qualified. I'm not doing it. It is the mercy of my spiritual master which is making me. I'm not doing it. It is the mercy of Vaishnavas. 2 points I will say, and then we'll try to read more and maybe some questions in between I may ask. Prabhupada ji, when he was in Europe, America, India, Africa, other places, when the movement had kicked off, let's say, so he was appreciated. He was very recognized, appreciated by within the political circle and others and all. And he always had two common responses. Whenever he was praised and appreciated that Swamiji, you have done such a great thing. In New York, oh no, in America, in Times Magazine, I believe someone can correct me, his name came as one of the influential people in this planet at that point in time in 70s, 80s and all. And furthermore, so lots, there was good praise for Prabhupada. But his response was, if I believe, was these two only throughout. What? First response, I did nothing. I did nothing. One of the response, whenever he was paid, I did nothing. It is this young American and European boys and girls who are who did everything, who are so working so nicely, who are dedicated their lives to Krishna. When will you and I dedicate our lives to Krishna? Then another similar response was that I did nothing. Uh, like one is I did nothing. These American boys and girls, European boys and girls dedicated their lives to Krishna and my Guru Maharaj's mercy. Prabhupada used to say, "No, this is my Guru Maharaj's mercy. My Guru Maharaj sent forward these young American boys and girls, European boys and girls, to assist me in the mission of Mahaprabhu. So this is the mercy of my Guru Maharaj." Another occasions, if at all, he would, one of his another response was, "What? I did nothing. Krishna used me. But if at all I have to take any credit, the only thing I did is I did not change anything. I did not change any bit of the philosophy. I did not change, alter any bit of the principle. I did not add anything. I did not subtract anything." And it's a great thing to represent, to put forward, to bring out something, to share something as it is. Great, great thing. To put forward some message as it is. And we know now Prabhupada, when he was in America, this name was being coined by Prabhupada, I believe. It's International Society for Krishna Consciousness ISKCON. Some American gentleman told him that, "Swamiji, why are you calling it ISKCON? Call it rather International Society for God Consciousness." Krishna is a sectarian name. It's a Hindu name, Hindu God. Call it for God consciousness. That way you will attract more people. And Swamiji also, you should be a bit liberal with your these regulations, no meat eating, no smoking, and all these things. If you are too strict like with these regulations and all, you won't get many people joining you. Prabhupada replied, what? Prabhupada replied, "Just to please you Americans, I'm not going to change the philosophy." He could have, no? He could have said, "Okay, not 4, 3 or this and that." No, just to please the Americans, I'm not going to change the philosophy. So it is a great integrity to take on something as it is and to pass it on as it is. This Krishna consciousness, Krishna is giving us himself as he is altogether. So yeah, Krishna will use someone, or Krishna rather uses someone who is unqualified. Then Krishna makes him proper qualified. Our qualification is our disqualification, becomes our qualification. Now we have to really disown. It is very difficult to disown something. Very difficult. How can that? We are so mentally, intellectually puffed up, or we are butchered academically. Very much. So to become humble is very, very difficult for us. Let us read a bit more, and if you have any questions or comments or additions, then please let us know. For now, let us see text 65. So Narad Muni went to the king and he told the king a bit, and he's asking the king that what happened to you, why do you look so dull, and is everything okay? And the king replies, 65, the king replied, "O best of the Brahmanas, I am very much addicted to my wife and I am so fallen that I have abandoned all merciful behavior even to my son, who is only 5 years old. I banished him and his mother, even though he is a great soul and a great devotee. My dear Brahmana, the face of my son was just like a lotus flower. I am thinking of his precarious condition." Precarious, understand? What does precarious mean? His delicate, his very delicate situation condition. He is unprotected and he might be very hungry. He might have lain down somewhere in the forest and the wolves might have attacked him to eat his body. Now, all of this is very practical. Why not? 5-year-old boy going in the forest. Well, can he not get attacked by wolves? Huh? Or protection from environment, rain, heat, cold, and all whatnot? Where will he get food? 5-year-old boy, when it becomes 5 p.m., he starts worrying. When the sun sets, 5-year-old or even 10-year-old boy in a dark room will run away. 10-year-old boy in a dark room straight away will shout, Mummy! Huh? A 5 year, 10 year, but look, 5-year-old boy, such is Kshatriya spirit, proper courageous, fearless altogether. And he went to the forest. No mom, no dad. What's that thing? Uh, Camping or like this. No? He went proper camping. This is camping, this is adventure. This is fun all together. Now he's sleeping, eating, and everything. And this is a great mother also. A mother should be like Suruchi, na? Suruchi or Suniti. Even Suruchi with the advice she gave. But a mother should be like Suniti, na? Who did not stop the boy to practice Krishna consciousness. She did not stop the child, na? She did not stop her son. Even though the son was 5 years old, she herself said, well, if you want it, worship Vishnu, worship Narayan. She did not stop. Many times we see parents, they don't like their children practicing Krishna consciousness. They might stop. Family members certainly will mock brothers, sisters, and all. They may not understand the mood of a sadhaka, the mood of a devotee, and his lifestyle and changes and everything. But here, no, Suniti did not stop. So this thing, na? So Mare Krishna Rakhe ke, Rakhe Krishna Mare ke. If Krishna desires, if Krishna is desired to protect someone, there's no one in this world who can cause any harm to that person. Like we'll see this in seventh canto, na? Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad Maharaj's pastime. We see this. Krishna desired to protect Prahlad Maharaj. Hiranyakashipu tried innumerable times, innumerable ways, very gross ways, to kill his own son. But nothing happened to him. And if Krishna wants to kill someone, no one can protect him. Krishna wanted to kill Hiranyakashipu, no one could save him. So best is when we allow ourselves to be used by Krishna. That is best. This again, I don't know, raises a question, does it not? That which is better? What is better? One is, yeah, let me phrase it like this, simple only, I feel. One is I desiring Krishna, another is Krishna desiring me. Which is better? I desire to attain Krishna or Krishna desires to attain me, or I desiring Krishna or Krishna desiring me. I desiring Krishna, I may or may not get Krishna. But if Krishna desires me, he can easily have me, just like that, as and when he wants. So shall we read a bit more? Just this text 67. Alas, just see how I was conquered by my wife. Just imagine my cruelty. Out of love and affection, the boy was trying to get upon my lap, but I did not receive him. Nor did I even pat him for a moment. Just imagine how hard hearted I am. Now the king. Any question or comment? Now the king is going through a remorse patch. He's going through a remorse patch now. What? How hard-hearted am I? Where did I send my son? Now his heart is softening. So as we said, now many people in hindsight they realize, oh, I did something. But there are many actually, even in hindsight, they do not realize. The whole life has passed in front of their eyes. 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, but not even any good life experience, any life lessons, any basic moral life experience lessons, hardly. Narada Uvacha 68. The great sage Narada replied, my dear king, please do not be aggrieved about your son. He is well protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although you have no actual information of his influence, his reputation is already spread all over the world. My dear king, your son is very competent. He will perform activities which would be impossible even for great kings and sages. Very soon he will complete his task and come back home. You should know that he will also spread your reputation all over the world. Maitre Vacha. The great Maitre continued. So again, this is Maitre Muni describing to Vidura Maharaj. The king Utanpad, after being advised by Narad Muni, practically gave up all duties in relation with his kingdom, which was very vast and wide, opulent like the goddess of fortune, and he simply began to think of his son Dhruva. Beautiful. Elsewhere, Dhruva Maharaj, having arrived at Madhuvan, took his bath in the river Yamuna and observed fasting in the night with great care and attention. After that, as advised by the great sage Narada, he engaged himself in worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now we are going into the real things. Yeah. That Dhruva Maharaj will see his meditation, his practice, his austerity, his expression of love for Krishna. Devotional service is what is an expression of our love for Krishna. Na? So we are entering that now. Now let us see this. So one thing we try to understand that what should be our advice to Dhruva Maharaj or to ourselves or to anyone for that matter. What was the other question? So I think day one we asked, or maybe second day, there was another question, right? One question is, what advice would we give to Dhruva Maharaj if he comes in our dreams, or someone else huh, who goes to a similar situation or any situation? Any situation, the advice has to be the same: become Krishna conscious. And there was another question, which was, how would we respond if we are in something? What should we say someone? If someone puts us down, what should be my reply? Dhruva Maharaj was put down by his stepmother. Father also did not speak for him. Someone, father, guardian, father who is supposed to look after the child, take care, and not coming forward. One who is supposed to protect. Like suppose we go to police seeking protection, and if police itself is abusing us, wow, dangerous now. So, if someone insults me, what should be the response? Any thoughts? Can I say, thank you for reminding me that I am fallen? Thank you for reminding me that I do not possess this good quality, this gentle, moral, or devotee quality. Thank you for reminding me that I am disarrayed or sidetracked from my vision and aim and purpose and goal in life. Thank you for helping me align myself again. Our response should always be that. If anyone tries to put us down, in a way he is helping me become Krishna conscious. Notice this when you go in a phone call with your friends, parents, someone, when we go in a phone call or in a meeting, public meeting, whatever situation with whomsoever, if at all we are egoistically put down, soul is pure, but we are not in that consciousness now. So if at all we are egoistically or any way like offended or this insulted and all, at that time we should rely straight on Krishna as the supreme controller. This is Krishna's arrangement to make me humble, to make me come closer to him. Of course, if a child is abusing his mother or father, if a child is insulting, misbehaving with his mother and father, and not speaking in a proper civilized manner, then that should not be accepted. That a mother shouldn't tell her child that, oh, thank you, my dear child, thank you for insulting me and reminding me. Yes, actually, I am a bad mom. No, that is not the culture. That is not the thing. Child, they need disciplining. No? They need uh, disciplining. They need guidance and all. They need a bit of control. So no, a student in a class tells the teacher some bad words or something, insults the teacher. Should the teacher say, "Oh, thank you, my dear child. Thank you for offending me. No, not at all. Teacher should discipline the child to bring out send out a message and bring good character and moral. But within our heart, and depends again, time and circumstance, but within our heart, we should always be thankful. And that this is nothing but a token reaction of my own karmas. I myself am responsible. There's this saying in English. What? Yeah. Success is a matter of luck. Ask any failure. Generally, any failed person, say again, fail or success in societal sense, I'm saying. Someone who is a failure, na, it's very easy to say, na, oh, he became successful while luck favored him. Success is a matter of luck, ask any failure. Of course, luck is a big part. Luck meaning fortune. Efforts also do count. Efforts also do count. And we have to do both. We have to do our best and leave the rest on Krishna. We do our best, but leave the rest on Krishna. So our response, if someone we feel insulted or humiliated, living in a temple community or living outside the temple community, our within ourselves, our this should be our move. Thank you for reminding me. And we align our mission and we should check ourselves that yes, Krishna, you are the supreme controller, and I am stuck in sense gratification, or I am stuck in I, me, and mine mentality attitude. Hmm. If see, Krishna consciousness is very interesting, is it not? Practicing Krishna consciousness, advancement is in realizing how hypocrite am I. If I can really continuously keep on realizing how hypocrite am I, then one can see yes, he's making advancement. In society, no one knows how hypocrite one is. And even if to some extent, no, it doesn't hurt someone, pinch someone, no one cares. If at all, it comes and goes just like anything. But how the more I realize I'm hypocrite, the more advancement becomes. How? In the sense, the more we know that a room is dirty, then the more we clean it, and the room becomes cleaner. So likewise, in my heart, if I know that more I'm carrying lots of hypocrisy, and then I practice Krishna consciousness, I will naturally cry out for the mercy of Krishna, for the blessing of Krishna, for the grace of Krishna. And that hypocrisy will vanish, will surely vanish.
There is a question.
Mhm.
What should be our mood to make Krishna desire us if desiring Krishna ourselves is not enough?
Beautiful question. Who's that?
Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Gauranga. This is Gaurangi Gopi Devi Dasana from yeah from Lake District, that Kamre. Yeah, holiday, na? Holiday is such a good question. That what should be our approach, na? What should be our approach? Mood approach. Yeah, what should be our mood? That Krishna desires us. Because if our desire for Krishna, if our desire to desire Krishna is not enough, well, certainly there is a lack in our desire. See, this is what now, in societal sense, desire doesn't really matter much. You're comfortable here, or you can come. In societal sense, desire. Come forward, Deva. It's okay. In societal, or take chair or something. In societal sense, desire may not count much. Huh? Action speaks. Action doesn't matter. Desire, you have to prove it. In Krishna consciousness, as we say, subtle rules over the gross. So in Krishna consciousness, all we need to do is develop that desire. Develop the desire to attain Krishna. One thing we say is what? One thing I am unsure of. There's only one thing which I am unsure of. which is what? To become a pure devotee of Krishna. I am unsure of this. The day I become sure that I have to become a pure devotee of Krishna, then there's no stopping. Then the game, then the chase. Krishna consciousness, another meaning or understanding of Krishna consciousness is Krishna chase. Chase, chase. And Krishna likes chase. Who doesn't like a chase as such? Krishna chase meaning, again, Krishna chase meaning someone following me, someone desperately wanting me. In society, it is like stalking. That not that sort of chase. Someone stalking me or someone getting on my case, someone getting on my nerves or someone really pushy or behind me, someone so there's no. That sort of stalking or this thing is to put someone else in danger or to hurt or disturb someone. Chase meaning how badly we need you, Krishna. How badly. I'm completely lost without you. So that sort of chase. But why do we need Krishna? For your own sake. To give joy to you. To bring a new rasa to you. That should be our thing. We want Krishna not for our agenda, for Krishna's agenda. Krishna, yes. Please help me and enjoy me. Enjoy me. So, what should be our mood? One thing we are not sure is that I don't want to be Krishna conscious. If I become sure of this, I will be very watchful, very extremely watchful. I'll share an example. Devotees come up with such beautiful examples and all. Govind Maharaj says this and beautiful what? All the teachings and learnings from him. He said. What does he say? That there was a schoolroom, students, say 30 or 30 students, say, in a primary school, say, somewhere in London, perhaps. I don't remember the name of the school now, but there was a school in London, primary school, 30 students and all, 30 odd students. And the teachers, after the session was over, the whole term was over. So, in Vedic culture, students they offer their homage to the teachers. They offer their respect, homage, and they bring some gifts or they say some words of praise and all. They actually make something for the teachers. In India, it is still continuing, I believe. It is celebrated as Teachers' Day. It comes in 5th of September, at least when I was growing up. 5th of September, celebrated as a Teachers' Day. So, no classes that day. And students would decorate the room for the teacher. And students will make some food or give some gifts and things like that. So, a teacher, he gave good education to the students. And then he said that, okay, Dakshina, they call Dakshina, this charity or some gift, some contribution. So the teacher said, in contribution, come on, okay, next week, Monday, you all come and bring some contribution, okay, for the occasion of, say, Teachers' Day. But just one request, whatever you bring, just make sure no one sees you, no one watches you, no one sees that whatever you are bringing, this is what you are bringing. There should be no one who knows this, no one watches it. And then bring what you want from this. So students came Monday, students brought items. Now someone brought a pen, someone brought a cake, a book or box or some of these items there. And teacher asked, oh, did anyone see you? No, Guruji, no one saw me. I was very careful, very watchful. My mom was not there, my father was not there, and I just sneaked in and got this and things like that. But there was one student in the class. He did not bring anything. Teacher asked him, why did you not bring anything? Did not you like me? Did not you wanted to bring something? What would you say? Why did the student not bring anything? The student said, Guruji, master teacher, sir, I want to bring something, definitely, of course, I definitely want to. But your condition, the condition which you put, I couldn't fulfill that condition. Condition what? That whatever you procure, make sure no one is watching. No one. So Guruji, whatever I was procuring, pen, book, no one was watching, but I was watching myself. I was watching myself. And when I watched myself, I realized like, oh, I'm nowhere close to being a disciple of yours. It is your kindness, you take me as a student, but I am not at all qualified to be your disciple. And I was thoroughly watching myself. So I couldn't have the heart to bring anything for you. And just seeing this mood of the student, the teacher's heart meant, and he realized, wow, you have got the qualification or you have got the knowledge. You have actually captured the knowledge, not just in words, but in action. You know, spirituality or philosophy, when does it look the best? When it is put into practice. Anything for that matter, when it is put into practice. Not just talk the talk, walk the talk, there's enough. Not just talk the talk. So the teacher was very impressed. So what should be our mood? One of our mood should be, we can never, or at least we can quickly correct ourselves if at all we get any diverted or deviated. We can still correct ourselves. What? When we tell this to ourselves, what? That Krishna is watching me. Krishna is watching. So if I'm aware that Krishna is watching, I will never go wrong. Or even if I do something silly, something wrong out of my conditioning, still I will be quickly coming back to my reinstating myself. So one of the moves could be what? That Krishna is watching. Krishna is watching. That could be one of the moves. The real thing is what again? Becoming spiritual masters. That the whole practice, the whole sadhana, that spiritual master desire. Uh, If the spiritual master desires, then yes, Krishna is a king. So when we desire to have this desire that spiritual master thinks of a disciple, great. When the spiritual master thinks of a disciple, that's amazing. That's completely great. No? And again, what Mahaprabhu teachings is giving us is this only. What? Radhika charan renu, Radhika charan renu, bhushan koriya tanu, anayase pabe giridhari. Radhika charan ashray je kore se mahashay, तारे मुई जाऊं बलिहारी राधिका चरण रेणु भूषण कोरि यतन अनायास पावे गिरिधारी राधिका चरण आश्रय जे कोरे से मास तारे मुई जाऊं बलिहारी. So Radhika Charan Renu. This is the direct response to the question, very nice question. The mood should be this only. Radhika Charan Renu. Charan is what we understand. Charan is feet. Renu, the dust. The dust of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Bhushan is Toriya Tanu. Tanu is body. And Bhushan is ornament. So one who makes his body the ornament. What? The lotus feet. Lotus feet meaning the service of Srimati Radharani. Then anayase pabe giridhari. Anayase meaning without any extra effort, without any extra endeavor, will attain giridhari, will attain Krishna. And Srila Narottam Das Thakur said that one who has done this, one who is meditating, one who is preparing his life with this vision, with this mood, and working on this, that he is a great soul. Tare mui jaun balihar, and he is so captivated, honored, or mesmerized completely by that personality. Narottam Das Thakur saying. So this is the mood, this is the secret. Mahaprabhu has come to give us actually only and only Radha Dasyam. So when we take the servitorship of Srimati Radharani, then Krishna will desire to attain us. And who has taken the servitorship of Srimati Radharani? For a sadhaka, he has to meditate, he has to develop this vision, he has to pray for this, to see that my spiritual master is serving Srimati Radharani. He is a confidential servant of Srimati Radharani. He is a confidential servant of Acharyas. He is a confidential servant of Srila Rupa Goswami, all the Goswamis, and who is direct in line serving Srimati Radharani. So when one sees one spiritual master in that light, then Krishna will come from forward, or Krishna will desire to have us. Does this somewhat answer your question, Gaurami? Hopefully this answers your question. So we'll just read text 72 and maybe give it a rest here. And tomorrow we'll try to relish the austerity, the expression of love, the meditation Dhruva Maharaja has done. Tomorrow we'll try to relish. So text 72, just to let us kind of make an entry. For the first month, Dhruva Maharaj ate only fruits and berries on every third day, and only to keep his body and soul together. And in this way, he progressed in his worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For the first month, Dhruva Maharaj ate only fruits and berries on every third day. So on every third day only he will take. And take what? Fruits and berries. Only that much, and that also to keep his body and soul together. And in this way, he progressed in his worship of the Supreme Personality of God. So, what does intensity mean? Intensity in bhakti. We say, no, you have to be in it to win it. What does this in it mean? What does intensity? What does enthusiasm? What does gradual development? And furthermore, we'll try to understand tomorrow Dhruva Maharaj's expression of love, and when we can appreciate his surrender, his devotional service, only then we can follow, if we emulate some personality. And likewise, hearing this pastime, our heart should become softened, that we are able to see such intensity amongst the current practicing Vaishnavas and glorify them through our heart proper. So, again, with this mood, prayer, blessing, we give ourselves a rest here. We put it to park or say rest to Maharaj's pastime. And tomorrow on we'll read from text 73. I think this chapter has 81 texts. Let us see 82 tomorrow, how much we are able to cover. Again, thank you very much for your kind participation and intention and encouragement. We'll continue tomorrow. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.